Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Minecraft. Now, in today's episode, we're going to do a little bit of touch-ups, but first, I want to show you what I've done here. In the main room, where I was going to have my chambers, I thought it looked a little bit too open, and I had the towers here, and I didn't really know what I was going to do. So then I decided that I'm going to make an outer hallway here, and I don't know what I'm going to do with here yet. I'm going to make a nice outer hallway going all the way around here and have this inner part be the actual bed chamber where I'll put our bed and everything else that we need in here. So it's a smaller area, it's easier to decorate, easier to control. So I think that that's going to be a lot better. We might actually move all of this stuff in here and maybe move the alchemy stand and everything in this area. I'm not sure. However, over here was probably makes sense for the alchemy lab because there's an open window and I wouldn't want to die from fumes making potions and such. So that's good. I have stone cooking in the furnaces downstairs specifically for this purpose. And now comes some other fun. I have been busy, guys. And this first off is going to require me making some things. I need at least one. Not bars, though you would think. I need one iron trap door. And the rest. 6. We'll do that one more time. For 9 iron doors. And you may be asking yourself, well, Wretch, why do you need 9 iron doors? Well, don't worry, guys. All will be revealed. Now, can you make iron buttons? I don't think you can. No, it's just stone and wood currently, isn't it? Well, that's okay. There's our 64, 38. And 1, 2... I need 8 of these, I believe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I need 9. 9 stone buttons. Oh, you might also see the vines here in my inventory. You will see why I need those here very shortly. Because this all makes sense. All of the stone looking all nice and relatively the same, except for here on the floor. That makes sense in terms of the floor plan, how it would be designed. Down here, however, in the little dungeon I have made, we are going to need some variations. We're going to need some mossy stone bricks spread out about because we are underground and you can hear spiders and whatnot. So first off, let's work on the doors. And all the doors, well, we're actually going to need more buttons. We'll need 8 more buttons. Wait a minute, I have a workstation down here, don't I? Just figured a dungeon would be very good, very needed at this juncture. Alright, so we got our iron door. Dunk. And here's what we're doing. On the way in, we are putting a button right there so people can see it. And here, to get out, however, we put the button up there. So people escaping, they're not going to think to look up to find the button to open the iron doors. So they're pretty much trapped. So that's what we're going to do with that. We'll go ahead and grab a torch. And move the torch. Yeah, why not? Right here in the middle. And I think that looks good. Let's try and get all the buttons here on the hotbar. And press the button. And I'm trying to make this like a very annoying escape-proof place for people who would not have the materials for an iron pick. And then... which means I probably won't come in here a lot. Just because that is going to be really annoying otherwise. I nearly wanted to do pressure plates, but meh, why not? Now in this little area, I'm going to put a guard station. Nothing too fancy, maybe some item frames for weapons and a table or such. And here is where things get 1, 2. Not a big dungeon because it's not a big castle, really. So they've got the bar little area so they can see. And here's the doorway in. Now this is, and please forgive me if I butcher the pronunciation, this is an oubliette. I remember this, and a lot of people remember this. Yes, a lot of people remember this as that word from the movie Labyrinth. At least people from my generation do. It was the deep, dark area that Jennifer, or was that her name? Sarah. That Sarah went to in Jareth's Labyrinth, and Jareth believed that she was going to get lost, and when she got out, Hoggle was going to lead her back to the beginning, and she was going to start all over again and then eventually give up. Didn't happen that way, but the definition for the play, it comes from the word forget, and it's any kind of dungeon with a door that you drop them down into, kind of like a pit. The thing about it is I read this, and it was something that always caught my attention when I was little and reading those books. And I saw like pictures and artist renditions of what the stuff did, but literally some prisoners that they wanted to forget and not kill outright, they would just stick them in this little hole, close the door, and forget about them. And maybe clean it out by the time you took the new one. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But I figured we needed one. We needed at least something slightly sinister there. Now, let's get these blocks. Get our normal stone brick mixed in. And now we have a thing of mossy stone brick. And we're not going to put these everywhere. Moss wouldn't, I don't think. Well, moss does tend to spread. But for right now, we are just going to put some random holes in the wall. Stick the mossy brick in and see if that looks good. So put that there. And we've got to save the regular stone brick for what we're doing in the bedroom. And we'll do that right there. I also have some normal moss. But let's see here. 2. Put it here along the walls. Definitely is already giving it a color and style variation that I'm liking. Yeah, those little patches add a lot to it, I think. Let's keep it going. Because we got 42 of them, we might as well use it, right? And right there looks good. Now I'm going to get some wool and get 2 basically things of carpet right there to be the bed area, because I don't think they would have much in terms of the latest creature comforts. Also, that other moss that we have not turned into the brick, we are going to use to put on the side of the castle to go along with the Age of Empires pick. And let's just put that right there. We're going to see there's... I like how this is looking. I like it a lot. Now, let's just build in here, because getting trapped would probably be kind of embarrassing. I also put slabs down here so you actually do not see the cross design, like I said, so we're good in that regard. And we might actually have to make some more, which is awesome, since this is looking so good. Where's the regular stone? We got 45 regular stone. Good, good, good. Put one right there. Yes, indeed. Now, this was the center. No, this was the center. Definitely has to be moss on the ground. And I'm glad we had enough iron. I thought I may have had to do a quick caving run in order to get a lot of this finished. Now, this stuff doesn't spread, unlike the regular moss, which I think would really be cool. But you can hear all the creepy crawlies. It's going to drive people mad, kind of like that Lovecraftian story, The Rats in the Walls. You're going to hear those skeletons and zombies crawling along the inside of the walls for your flesh. Good times. I need to be a guard here. So far, so good over there. And I did that one. And moss grows up, so having... I don't want to get too crazy with the moss for the reason we want to have it accentuate the stone, not replace it. And just so we can here, let's put one like... See, it's like growing all the way up. We need to do a few of those. So we may just use all of this. Because it wouldn't just grow like that. Well, I think it would, but not too horribly. And we won't add that. We'll just put it to the stuff we've already done. I was thinking about making an arrow trap that if actually anyone did escape, they'd be like, ah, and then get riddled with holes. But, meh. Ooh, there's a little kid zombie running around. I think that's good, though. Well, let's make 20 more. Because we got to get a little bit of that hallway, too. Oh, we got 64. We got plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Let's stick with this 19. And this one's looking a little bit bare. And that one, let's just put the moss right up the door. Yeah. Good stuff. Now, let's, for the entrance, figure they'll at least keep this somewhat decent. How was the floor at the entryway? Yeah, that's good. And, oops, did not mean to do that. Maybe that right there. Forgot it's nighttime, so this, it's not a torch. There we are. And this worked out pretty well, guys. You know what movie I haven't seen in forever? Thinking of Labyrinth and Jareth and such like that. I have not seen The Dark Crystal in ages. Now, The Dark Crystal, a lot of people consider it to be a bad Jim Henson movie. And some people do. And I know some people are like, well, Wretch, that's a classic. That's not a bad Jim Henson movie. It was considered very weird for Jim Henson at the time. So much so. And apparently this was one of those morale breakers for Henson. When he went and saw, or when he previewed The Dark Crystal to... oh yeah, just some strips of moss coming down here I think will look good. When he previewed The Dark Crystal to the studio execs after the movie was over, some of them did not say a word to him, just got up and walked out. and that was a pretty significant blow to Henson's creative process. I read an interesting story about it, but now it's seen as a good movie and one of those 80s must-watches, so that's good. But pretty interesting, all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I don't know why they'd hate it so much. I was like, it's pretty good. Now, we'll keep this area... Well, let's get one block right there, so people can tell that something's not necessarily right about this area of the castle. Yeah, that will be good. So entry in, just get myself a look around here. Moss coming in from that area. Yeah. Yep. Think we're going with that, guys. Looks good. Now that we got some bricks, some stone left, let's go ahead and get the hallway. If I can get out of my own dungeon. Ah! There we go. That was going to be embarrassing. So work our way back up. This is bottom of the Great Hall, top of the Great Hall. See, I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to learn the floor plan of my own castle. There we are. Hey there, pup. We are going to finish this up, and then maybe go ahead and destroy all those bookshelves. And hopefully I have enough stone. I may not, but it's okay. I need to do a mining expedition anyway. I haven't gone caving in quite some time. And I know some of you guys liked that. Or guys probably liked me actually putting bricks down where they were supposed to as well. There we are. And right along. Oh, wait a minute. Did I? Oh, I jumped the gun there. Aha! There we go. Then we have to figure out where the doors are going and all of that good stuff. It's actually kind of messing up my torch chi. Have all the torches exactly where I want them. Not anymore though. I think we had 64 normal brick, didn't we? Oh yeah, we'll finish this. And for right now, we're just going to have this door, and then we can decide what to do. And 1, 2, grab that in. Went ahead and actually remembered to feed all the animals, so they'll be ripe for slaughter whenever I run out of pork chops. I think that's what I'm on. Am I on pork chops or mutton? Oh, mutton. And there we go. Yeah, I think this is going to look a lot better. Maybe we'll have the double doors leading in from here, and then a little side door to go into the alchemy room. Maybe the old school double doors here, just for old time's sake. So, yesterday was my birthday, and had a pretty good birthday, I have to say. Got quite a few presents, and all of them were awesome. Or not quite a few. I don't really get a whole lot of presents on my birthday, which I'm glad, you know, I'm getting to that age where birthdays are more like more for kids, at least in terms of amounts of presents. But what did I get? I bought myself, because you're at that age where you can buy yourself stuff for your birthday. I found the Game of Thrones edition at Risk at Hastings, and it was kind of funny because I put it up to the checkout because I'd posted about it on Facebook, and the woman behind the counter took one look at it and looked at me and went, "It's out?" And I was like, "Yeah." And apparently it was their truck day, so all the new inventory came in, and she was just like, hold on 1 second, and she ran to the board game section, and then came back, and she's like, okay, I just need to know there was one more so I could reserve myself a copy. So I went ahead and unpackaged that, and it looks good, guys. Looks real good. Can't wait to play it. And also, we have... Now, this looks better. I like this a lot. Got Jamaica, which is another very fun board game. And we're going to have to keep the doors like this because of how the stairway is built. It's essentially you play a bunch of pirates having a race around Jamaica to see who gets first. And looking very much forward to that. My wife got me Gloom Fairy Tale, which is a little if you've ever played Doom, excuse me. Gloom is an amazingly fun game. It's about you have a family, and it's kind of like the Addams Family. Think of a card game that had like the Addams Family, the Munsters, and all these kind of dark, gothic, not really dark, but you know, gothic sense of humor. And the goal is to kill your family while they're as miserable as possible, while your opponents are trying to kill their families and trying to make sure that your characters die as happily as possible. And you get points for the most negative modifiers. It's an amazing game. I have regular Gloom, I have Cthulhu Gloom, and now I have Fairy Tale Gloom, which goes off all the grim fairy tales and such. So I think that's going to be awesome. Let's go ahead and get all these books out of here. And was there anything? Oh, yes. And when I thought that was it, and that was already awesome, Snow came by and dropped me off the complete collected first gen of the Star Wars Marvel comics. Now, Marvel makes Star Wars comics right now, since they no longer work with Dark Horse. But originally, before Dark Horse took the contract, they belonged to Marvel. And Marvel did a bunch of Star Wars stories. That was kind of before anyone really knew what the canon of Star Wars was going to be, or the story. So I can't wait to start looking through that, because I've never seen it before. I've never actually looked or read any of the old Marvel Star Wars comics. And I didn't get a cake or anything. My wife had brought a thing from a professional cupcake factory, and I ate some of those because I was nicking for bakery icing, that buttercream icing. And I ate like 1 or 2 of those, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm good. I don't need cake now, because that was good. I got the sugar rush I needed. But I did feel a little bit down that I didn't get a cake, and then she walked in with 3 Dairy Milk candy bars, which are my favorite candy bars. So it ended pretty well, I have to say. 31 passed, and 32 started in a very, very good way. Then this weekend, I have a con that I'm going to be doing a vlog about. It's the West Texas Board Gaming Con. I believe that's what it's called. It is in San Angelo, Texas. It's its first time, so it's going to be small. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a two-day board gaming extravaganza, and I'm all about that. Maybe bring some of the games that I just got. But everything looks pretty good. We've got the dungeon pretty much finished, I'd have to say, other than the guard station. And got the bedroom floor situated the way I want to, and now we'll just have to figure what goes where, or where goes what, or whatever type of wording you want to use there. But I will go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.